A well-known crypto influencer, the Bearable Bull, just made a bold statement. XRP is heading to $8, and according to him, that could mark the end of the generational wealth journey for XRP holders. This statement has stirred up the XRP community, and not without reason. Currently, XRP trades around $2.33, which is still more than 48% below its all-time high. But the Bearable Bull argues that we're close to a major breakout. He says the generational wealth journey for XRP is nearing its conclusion and calls this the beginning of a new chapter. Now, if XRP does hit $8, that would mean a 243% gain from where we are today. To put that in perspective, a $60,000 investment in XRP right now could potentially grow to over $206,000. And if someone holds $300,000 in XRP, they could become a crypto millionaire, at least on paper. But is $8 really the end of the road, or just another stop? Let's unpack this. First, we need to understand what the Bearable Bull means by generational wealth. This term gets thrown around a lot in the crypto space. Usually, it refers to investments that provide returns large enough to change someone's financial future, and possibly that of their children or grandchildren. So when he says the journey is ending, he's likely pointing to the idea that most of the easy money, or early adopter advantage, is about to disappear. But there's a catch. A large number of XRP holders, more than 5 million wallets, reportedly hold less than $1,000 worth of the token. If XRP hits $8, those wallets would rise to about $4,000 in value. That's a good return, yes, but might not be the life-changing wealth many are hoping for. So what then? Some XRP supporters are setting their sights much higher, dreaming of a price point like $1,000 per XRP. That's a huge leap. But if that were to happen, a modest $1,000 investment today would turn into $500,000. Matthew Breenan, an executive at CryptoGuard, added some realism to that conversation. He said that investors who believe in such a scenario may have to wait 10 years. So yes, it's possible. Anything is possible in crypto, but not likely in the short term. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the Bearable Bull himself. After 7 years of anonymity, he's finally stepping into the public eye. He says he stayed in the background so he could focus on building crypto businesses quietly. In his words, this privacy allowed him to fail, learn, and grow without external noise. He built his YouTube channel on one belief, that XRP would form the foundation of the next financial system. He also criticized the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple, calling it a scam. According to him, that lawsuit tested the XRP community like nothing else. There was emotional strain, criticism from all sides, and what he calls a dilution of purpose in the XRP content space. But through all of that, he says he never lost conviction. Now, stepping into the public spotlight, his goal is to make the deepest impact imaginable. And part of that mission is spreading his belief that $8 XRP is coming, and soon. Let's take a step back. Should you believe this? Is $8 really around the corner? Well, if you followed XRP for a while, you know it's a token with a complex history. Between its cross-border utility, adoption by financial institutions, and long-standing regulatory battle with the SEC, XRP is not your average altcoin. That said, bold predictions in crypto are common. Some come true, many don't. But what's worth noticing here is not just the price target, it's the sentiment shift. The Bearable Bull represents a larger mood in the XRP community. After years of waiting, they believe the tide is turning. The lawsuit is mostly behind us. The token has survived harsh winters, and there is a growing belief that now, finally, it's XRP's time to shine. So even if you don't fully buy into the idea of $8 XRP, it's hard to ignore the confidence that's building around this asset. Still, we need to stay grounded. Even a move to $8 depends on several factors: macro market conditions, crypto regulation, Ripple's business expansion, and whether retail and institutional investors decide to jump back in. Also, remember this: price predictions without timelines are easy. Saying XRP will reach $8 is one thing, but when? That's the harder part, and that's what every investor needs to consider. To wrap up, the Bearable Bull says the generational wealth journey for XRP is coming to an end, and $8 is the next big target. But whether this is the end or just the beginning depends on your entry point, your investment size, and your expectations. What do you think? Is $8 realistic? Or is the real number much higher? Or maybe even lower? Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.